Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam. Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam. Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram. Harihi Om. Namo Namah Shri Guru Padukabhyāṃ. These Guru Padukas, that is a devotion to Guru Padukas, take the person across the ocean of samsara, that we have discussed. Also, it enhances our devotion for Guru more and more. Guru Bhakti Dāvāṃbuda. The third thing said here, Vairagya Samrajyada Pujanabhyāṃ. When they are worshipped, the Sri Paduka, Guru Padukas, then they bless the person with the empire of Vairagya, dispassion. This idea must be understood properly. Sometimes there may be a king only of a particular kingdom of the nation, but the emperor is one who has conquered all these kings and he is the sole monarch. But he may be only of one country. Imagine someone is Sarvabhauma, the entire world. Or even if you can stretch your imagination, even become the king of the heavens also. His samrajya is so much. Then what happens is, then his empire is unrivaled. There are no enemies. So the fearlessness is there. And all the wealth, prosperity, happiness of the entire samrajya is with him. Now what is said here, this is wonderful, but the person who has got Vairagya, his samrajya is much higher than all these. How is that? So we should know what is Vairagya. Viragasya bhavaha Vairagyam. Generally our mind is filled with these pairs of opposites of raga and dvesha. Raga, like, dvesha, dislikes. Raga means attachments. And we think Vairagya, dispassion, is opposed to raga. It is not. Opposed to raga is dvesha, like and dislike. Vairagya is rising above both of them. That's called Vairagya. Now you see, when a person has got raga, attachment for very insignificant thing or even a big kingdom or empire, as long as that attachment is there, he wants that, then there is always fear. See, suppose someone is attached to pleasure, there is always fear, it may give rise to roga, disease. Wealth is there, it may be stolen away by thieves or anyone else. If I reach a particular post, again there will be a rival person there, and then that fear of losing that. Everywhere there is fear. Fear of what? Losing whatever we are attached to. For some other person it may appear very insignificant. A little child may be attached only to a balloon. But when that attachment is there, his sorrow is same as other person who loses some so-called very precious thing. Let us say even a Mercedes car he loses. Sorrow is same. So as long as raga is there, fear is there of losing it. If dvesha is there is always fear, I hope it will not come. Particularly of the bimaris, diseases, old age, death. How much fear is there? And whichever guest we do not like, he comes very nicely. And by mistake you tell him, take it this as your home, and he really takes it. So we are afraid. If a dvesh is there, then also we are afraid. Rag is there, then also afraid. So this sukham is not there, and fearlessness also is not there. But the one who has risen above raga and dvesh both, and this vairagya is not because certain thing he wanted and did not get, therefore then he said, anyway I did not want it. This is not vairagya. Alabhe vairagyam. You wanted it, or you did not get it, so anyway I did not want. Bluff, oh bluff. Because inside he is miserable. And whatever he disliked, then it has come anyway. What cannot be cured must be endured. Even that also is not vairagya. Vairagya is such a high state. And I tell you, even in our worldly life, we have not achieved anything without vairagya. Because whenever we want something higher one, the other thing we have to drop it, then only we will get it. So unknowingly, unconsciously, little we are practicing. But this vairagya is something very unique. So everywhere there is fear. As long as person has got raga, dvesha, for an ordinary thing or the post of Indra also, or Brahmaji's padam also, there is fear. Harati nimeshat kala, or the kala takes away everything. Therefore, Bhartruhari said, Vairagyameva abhayam. Why Samrajya here? Because there is no enemy there. Who can take away the wealth? Because there is no raga dvesha. So Vairagya is a state of fearlessness. So this empire is very different from all our outer kind of empire. Sovereignty and all that. That's nothing. Another thing, his sukham is very interesting. See, if I have got like for something, I will be happy if I get it, I am able to enjoy it, then I will be happy. But if I have vairagya for that, I am happy even without that. So this sukham that a king enjoys after gaining kingdom and all pleasure, the dispassionate man is enjoying that joy even without having all that. Even without going to that world, without going to that one. Post, that's why Bhagawan Shankaracharya says, Kasya sukham na karoti viragaha. Whose person's happiness is there which does not come to the virakta person, akamahataha. We are so scared of vairagya. The very word we are afraid of that. But see, all our growth has been because of vairagya only, isn't it? And little children, they are given a teddy bear, this, that. But you drop it or not? Are you miserable because when you drop it? Huh? No. good riddance, bad rubbish, something they say. I hope I said correctly because this I don't know only. But the child has got his wealth, all kind of things, and then comes and gives to me. Now I have worried about what to do there. Then he comes, give me back. Thank you very much. So, happy even without that. So, Vairagya Samrajya is such. It is unrivaled kingdom, uncrowned king. That's why it says Swamiji Maharaj used to call her. No fear of losing. And even if bimari also has to go, let it come. No fear of that also. Because there is no raga, there is no dvesh. Only few people know what sukham of vairagya is there. Otherwise, our dukkha begins right from the beginning. What is there for the breakfast? Oh, there. I don't like it. Dukkham beginning. So it goes on and on. I think this much is enough. Now you go on thinking about it. So vairagya meva abhayam. Kasya sukham na karoti viragaha. In Vivek Chudamani, Shankaracharya Bhagawan says, Vairagyadna param sukhasya janakam pashyami. He said, I do not see any source other than Vairagya to be happy. Because that person is happy with everything, every being, every situation, anything. The moment we have got rag dvesh, then our happiness immediately got conditioned. And the world refuses to dance to our tune. Okay. Now see, jnanena, we cross over the ocean of samsara. Guru bhakti that we get, and vairagya strengthens knowledge, bhakti both. Without vairagya, even knowledge, bhakti, any path you follow, vairagya is necessary. So therefore here what we find here in this shloka, one who worships the Guru Padukas, that person is blessed with jnana, bhakti, vairagya, and in bhakti we already told you seva bhav is there. So this is what everything you get in. Ananta samsara samudrata. Namo namah Shri Guru Padukabhyāṃ. Now let us begin the second one also. Kavitva vārāśi niśākarābhyāṃ daurbhāgya dāvāṃbuda mālikābhyām दूरीकृतानम्र विपत्ततिभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरु पादुकाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरु पादुकाभ्यां कवित्व vārāśi niśākarābhyāṃ daurbhāgya dāvāṃbuda mālikābhyām. There is another reading instead of daurbhāgya, there is daridrya also. Daridrya dāvāṃbuda mālikābhyāṃ. We will see that one. And durīkrītānamra vipattatiਭ्याम्. Now see first. Kavitva vārāśi niśākarābhyāṃ. Kavitva, kavi means a poet. Kavehe bhava is called kavitvam. So generally say kavitva, poetry, the literary accomplishment, kavitva. Vārāśi, Vārāśi means the ocean, and niśākara, nisha means night, nisham karoti, the one who brings night. So niśākara word is for the moon. So now what is the meaning? poetry, ocean, moon. And niśākarābhyāṃ says, every time you have to remember the devotion to the Shri Padukas, they act like the moon. Achha. Now, when all these images are given, we should know what happens is. We know the ocean, yes, and we know the moon, yes, and we also know, particularly when it is full moon night, in the ocean, huge waves, they rise. As though they are so delighted to see that moon, Ananda Taranga, all that. Now he said, the one who is devoted to this Shri Guru Paduka, then they become like the moon to cause the waves of poetry in the hearts of that worshipper. Oh. See, and kavitva vārāśi it is said. See, suppose there is a poet, certain poet, he or she, whoever is that, writes one poem, two poems. Does it mean that person knows only that much knowledge? Right? And the possibility of again and new, also there is so much. So in the heart of that person, already that love for literature and all that is there, which manifests sometimes. But by this worship, more and more it just manifests. The possibility is infinite, endless. Because the vast ocean, right? Acha. Now we'll think about little about kavitva. See, that itself is a big Shastra only, Kavya Shastra only. What is kavitva? See, it is said, what we speak, they are called sentences, they are called vakyam. Every vakya is not called a poem, right? It's only a statement of fact only. But when that vakya is called vakyam rasatmakam kavyam, a simple definition of kavya, poetry is, say, a sentence with literary beauty is called kavya. There is a very famous story that there was a great poet and he had two sons. So he wanted to know who will be there who can take his legacy forward. So one day he said, let us go out, we'll just do walk. They walked. And at one place, he saw a drishya. This is a very famous one. A dry tree was there. And on the top of that tree, there was snake. Now this is simple drishya. So he asked one son, now you describe this. He described very well, correct, yathartham. He said, shushka vrukshosti, tadupari sarposti. Words are correct chosen, you know. Shushka, dry. Vriksha, that word vriksha is a little rough only, you know. And tadupari sarposti, and on the top there is a snake. Good? Very good. Then he asked his second son, now you describe this. So he said, Nīrasataruriha rājati puratas tadupari rājati phanipati rajaha. See, even if you don't know literature beauty, but immediately you see the difference. Shushka vrukshosti, tadupari sarposti. And here Nīrasataruriha rājati puratas tadupari rājati phanipati rājah. Here he says, instead of saying shushka, he says nīrasataru. The taru word also is softer. A sapless tree is shining here. Because dry is shining it is. Nīrasataru rājati puratah, in front of us here. Here stands and shines a sapless tree. On the top of it, seated, shining, the king of all snakes, Phanipati Rajaha. Now here you see the word Raja Raja. Raj means to shine. Nīrasataru rājati. The tree is shining. Tadupari rājati. As though that become a throne, a simhasan, and all that, Phanipati Rajaha. This is the Raja. Kavitvam. Rasatmak hua hi nahi. So one is called Vakyam, and then Rasatmakam Kavya. Now you see this line itself, the example of Kavitva. Suppose it is said only, devotion to the Guru Paduka inspires you to poetry. It is only a sentence, But when it is said, kavitva vārāśi niśākarābhyāṃ, what happens? You're totally different then. Other that's only a statement. It is said, the Kavi's heart is like an ocean. Because he writes one or two poems or books, that alone is not his knowledge. But that person also needs inspiration. And that inspiration comes from the full moon. And here that. See, this topic is very big if you just go in a kavitva. So, in that kavitva, Kavi writes, he must have all knowledge of everything about poetry and all that. But when that poet recites something, the listeners also should be rasika. They should be rasikatvam, who can enjoy rasa, the joy of sentiments, the expression, the diction and all that which is there in that. There is the similes and the metaphors and all that meanings and all that is there. They should be able to understand. Rasika. And that rasika, if it's a rasadnya also, not only I enjoy, but I understand also what it is. Then that Kavi feels very happy. It is said, any artist, not only of literature, of music, painting, drawing, anywhere, they feel very unhappy on two accounts. That a totally ignorant person praises them, who understand nothing, but then he praises. And the one who understands says nothing. See, after all, what they want is, even if it's a criticism, but someone who is a knowledgeable person, and if that knowledgeable person says something about that Kavya or that, which is good. A man sang, mālikābhyāṃ. And one person, he had heard only one name of one raga, that called mālikābhyām. And after the concert, he comes, music is so wonderful, and what a beautiful rendering, of rag, mālikābhyāṃ you did. The singer thought, I sang mālikābhyāṃ, he says mālikābhyāṃ, Maru is quick. Give him one more. What is it? What can he say? any kind of art, painting, dance, poetry, gadya, padya, whatever it may be. Those who don't know anything, they go on praising it. That the praise is meaningless. And those who really understand, if they say nothing, so one is called kavitva. Second is called rasikatva. But Santa Jnaneshwar Maharaj doesn't stop there. He says, no, there is third thing required. Paratattva Sparsh, the touch of the transcendental. That Paramatma, where it is a Saguna Roop or Nirguna Roop. Otherwise, there are very, very great scholars and poets are there. They may describe the beauty of this, beauty of that, and all that, very good. But no reference to any Paramatma or the beauty. You see, so many people have written so many things. But why only some literatures and all that have become immortal? Because there is a touch of immortality there. Right? Whether it is Sanskrit literature, the beauty of the Upanishad mantras, right from the Upanishad mantras beauty, or get a Adi Kavi Valmiki ji, or Bhagawan Vedanta. What Kavya is that? Only we should take only Srimad Bhagavatam. That also only one chapter. Or all other Indian so many languages. Goswami Tulsidas Ji's, Bhagawan Sri Ram, because it is centered on Bhagawan, the whole poetry. Sri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajaman Haran Bhava Bhaya Darunam Nava Kanja Lochana Kanja Mukhakara Kanja Pada Kanjarunam. See the beauty? So there is a kavitva, rasikatva, rasa is there, rasa, bhakti rasa. And Paratattva Sparsh. One more thing. Just because something is written only about Paramatma itself, you cannot say Paratattva Sparsh unless the one who is writing, he himself had touched that Paramatma. And when it comes from there, then something. And we don't have to go too far. The Shri Guru Paduka Stotram is the example of all this. Right? Such is the kavitva. Kavitva vārāśi niśākarābhyāṃ. Daurbhāgya dāvāṃbuda mālikābhyām dūrīkrītānambra vipattadibhyām namo namah Shri Guru Paduka. Time is up. Now I have to tell you, I am very pleased to inform you that tomorrow is a very, very holy, auspicious and most important day for all, particularly all spiritual seekers, and that is called Shri Guru Purnima, which is celebrated, observed in honor of Bhagawan Shri Vedanta. They are called Shri Vyasa Purnima. So tomorrow we will not have this, what you call class on Shri Guru Paduka Stotram, but please tune in. Morning 9 to 12, there will be a program on our Chinmaya channel, 9 to 12, and then in the evening 7 to 10. In the morning there will be puja, recitation of the Shri Guru Gita, and in the evening, bhajans, and some other program also will be there. Okay. So we'll continue this stotra day after tomorrow. Guru Maharaj, Guru Jai Jai, Parabrahma Sadguru Jai Jai. Guru Maharaj, Guru Jai Jai, Parabrahma Sadguru Jai Jai. Guru Maharaj, Guru Jai Jai, Parabrahma Sadguru Jai Jai. Guru Maharaj, Guru Jai Jai, Parabrahma Sadguru Jai Jai. Guru Maharaj, Guru Jai Jai, Parabrahma Sadguru Jai Jai. Guru Maharaj, Guru Jai Jai, Parabrahma Sadguru Jai Jai. Parabrahma Sadguru Jai Jai. Parabrahma Sadguru Jai Jai. Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.